Hello to all the amazing people, TheNeomare here. Welcome to some more Limbus company. Yeah, it's a wonderful gacha game from Project Moon, the makers of Robbery of Ruina and the Lobotomy Corporation that I played before. If you want to check out my whole journey in this game, you can find the playlist in the comments and description below. And of course, if you're enjoying what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe. So in today's episode, we'll be uptying Mersault, so we're gonna be jumping on that. Right, so let's go to our seniors here. So we got Mersault here, who's level 30. And yeah, would be pretty good to like make it a little bit more powerful. So I have a lot of threats, so I can afford to uptie him. So that will make his abilities a little bit more stronger. So for example, you can see this one is like 4 and plus 2. If it tie it, so 4 plus 2 doesn't say here what actually happens, but oh, we're also gonna like unlock the passive. But let's see, 4 plus 2. So let's uptie. There we go. And let's see. Still 4 plus 2, so not sure what exactly got stronger, but maybe something here. In any case, uptie 3 is where the magic really happens, so I'm gonna uptie it once more, spend another 80 threads. So I'm mostly gonna be prioritizing threads on a tier 3 characters. So Mersault is one of my 2 tier 3 characters that I have, with a triple thing here up here. So the rarest characters. They might not all be very strong, so I'm a little bit gambling here because I don't know enough about this game to know if this character is actually any good, but this one's actually slash, so that doesn't help much with the enemies we are like fighting right now, but that's fine. We're gonna uptie it. Maybe this time the change will be visible here, 4 plus 2. And we're gonna get like a little bit of a story here also probably, so sit back, relax and enjoy it. Promotions, well, that I'm used to. Identity uptied, new skill, energy current, new support passive, taciturn, skill enhanced strip, skill enhanced energy cycle. And yeah, just like the Foss, we're gonna get a little bit of a story here, so looking forward to that. V-Corp, irked teammate, just look at him, always devoted to his work without a single complaint. You should be more like him, is what this child most likely wanted to say, but they held their mouth shut. Then they moved to a different topic. You know what, don't model yourself after him, honestly, not a good look either. Regardless, the child silently focused on his own task. So this is Mersault in his battle gear apparently, look at him. Possessed of a tall physique and cold eyes, the child stays impassive as if he weren't the subject of the conversation nearby, in spite of the fact that his ears weren't plugged or impaired. So why does the game call these childs? I don't know. Well, that's what it is. You know, you should at least say something. His lack of reaction seemed to bother the grousing child. That's when he, the tall child, finally returned that gaze and started talking. I don't believe a reply was demanded of me. Still, come on dude, are you really just gonna sit there even when someone's shit-talking you? So long as no direct harm is done to me. Oh, so he has a very strong character, I like that. I think, yeah. Time is better used elsewhere rather than like to deal with snarky comments. Yeah, I like that. And just like that, the child returned to his work. The belly-aching child kept on sending a cold glare, but it won't reach him. Okay, so he's all about work, work, work. Yeah, that's fine. The first story was a little bit longer, but that's fine. We're learning a little bit about these characters' past and stuff. So yeah, he's like now max uptight tier. I'm also gonna go and we're gonna give him some leveling up tickets to get him up to level 35. Okay. There we go. Bam. Got some nice HP, got some nice defense levels, some nice offenses. So yeah, the maximum level in the game right now is 35. Used to be 30 in the season 1. It's 35 in season 2 now. So yeah, we now have 2 characters on level 35. And also gonna give some love to some of the other ones. So Yeah, let's do this one. So let's go at least to 20 here. Actually, you know what I want to do? Let's see. Level 13, 35. So I'm thinking 13. So I got some interesting tickets which can level people from like level 1 to like very high level, but okay, never mind. Just do this. Cannot use at level 20 plus. Cannot use. So this thing gets you to level 20. This thing gets you to level 10, and this thing gets you to level 30. Well, we don't have any of these anymore though. But yeah, I should find somebody who's level 1 and give them this, right? Well, actually, know what we could do? What kind of damage does this one do? A little bit of blunt and a little bit of pierce. Well, either way, I'm just gonna use a level 20 ticket on it. Or should we save this for somebody tier 3? Ah, we're gonna get some more of these. There you go. Good. And anyone else? No. So, well, this one's technically level 6, so it wouldn't be too bad to use it on him either, right? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna use this one a little bit now. Level 20 Endcorp Mittelhammer. And then who else are we using? Ah, let's just keep it there for now. If we're gonna feel like we need more power, we can always do it. Okay, let's continue our story. So, oops, these are the battle passes. Oh yeah, we passed some missions. Okay, I still need to do some excavations and threads today. But like I already shown these, so I'm not gonna be doing them live. For live, we're gonna be doing like mostly stories here. Right, so Canto 3, let's go. The deal they struck. Effie and Sod, probably. Returning to the bus, I sense an uneasiness in the air. It looks like Virgilius isn't going to let today's incident go unpunished. Buena suerte, Don Quixote. Oh, buena suerte. Oh, poor Don Quixote. Gonna get like... gonna get a little bit brandished. A pouty Charon and the cold stare of Virgilius awaited us on the bus. The air was heavy with a sense of oppression, leaving little room for light-hearted jokes. You're late. Charon counted to 100 and you still didn't come. Charon. She seemed to have a few more words ready to be flung in that icy tone, but Virgilius put a hand on her shoulder and gave her a glance. Work, Charon will remember this. Sorry about that. I'll buy you something sweet later. Charon sat in the driver's seat without further complaint, and Virgilius slowly turned to us. If there was one thing the sinners and I were all good at it'd be sensing imminent danger and making way. Dispersing from the group, we scuttled away into our seats, leaving only Don Quixote anxiously standing in the aisle of the bus. Let's hear your excuse, Don Quixote. I could not turn a blind eye to the weak being persecuted. No, wrong. My vision couldn't follow what happened in that instant. I have nothing to blink, so... it shouldn't have been possible for me to miss a moment, and yet... when I caught up with the situation, the first thing that came into my sight was Don Quixote brought to the ground, shoulder trampled under Virgilius' shoe. Now that's not really that fair. I mean... She has a good heart. Virgilius is a heartless bastard, really, yes. I ask for an excuse, not a justification of your views. This isn't the first time either, Don Quixote. You're responsible for 3 separate incidents already. That's 3 separate times you've jeopardized our work with your deranged behavior. What do you think? Speak! Well, while my own actions did inconvenience my colleagues... Don Quixote's pained groan grew louder, but no one stepped in. Of course, she was being punished for her own actions, but more than anything, it was evident that disrupting this wasn't going to make the situation better. Yikes. I was asking for your thoughts. Why do you not understand this? I was speaking only to be interrupted. What you should have said to me at the get-go was an apology, Don Quixote. Anything you'd add should be an elaboration on how you plan to improve your conduct. What unjust, doubt demanding a specific answer out of me. Don't you know, a company already has the correct answers for its employees. The questions are only asked to see if you can get it right. You're sorely mistaken if you believe that company is sincerely curious about your input. If the company insists so, then I'm sick of this. Virgilius kicked Don Quixote, tossing her to the floor, then gripping her foal by the collar. I'm sure you remember what went down when you joined. I hope you haven't forgotten the deal we struck that day, Miss Don Quixote. Virgilius' eyes glistened with a much brighter hue of red than usual. Staring directly into them, Don Quixote soon gave back a nod without another word. That's all, back to your seat. Watching someone who usually exuded pride and confidence quickly shift to such a discouraged, crestfallen state didn't exactly make for a pleasant sight. Though, a deal that got Don Quixote to go silent simply by bringing it up, it makes me wonder what it was about. The same goes for the rest of you. A company isn't a platform for fulfilling egocentric dreams of preaching big ideas. If you would still go against the terms of your employment contract to act unprompted, consider the consequences before you do. You'll spend a grueling period of being unable to escape, not through that, nor through struggles at severance. I guess getting help from that guy. Who was that again? Mr. Zack Fritcher? Or something. Must have ruffled his feathers. It's Lord Secret. Sheesh, the mission hasn't even started and we already got a scolding. Have some tact before you act, okay? Phew, I knew this day would come sooner or later. We should all be careful from now on. Why are you two birds gawking at me? Looking to get stoned? Fine, I got it. Okay, well, things are harsh. Things are harsh and this game is really dark, so be warned, be warned. That's gonna be even worse, I think. 310 Inquisitors, level 22. Oh boy, this will be a little bit harder. With everything sorted out, we finally resume our journey to the town of Calv. Before we can bask in our momentary peace, someone claiming to be an Inquisitor leaves a hole in the back window of our bus. Wait, the town of Calv! That's the town the Foss was circling, the town whose grips was circling on the map. On the map, yes. Okay, let's go in. Just gonna try to bust through here, and if we can, we're gonna level up some more people, so... With the conflict sorted out, the bus finally departed. Looking out the windows evoked a strange feeling in the passengers. Check out these people, they look like they haven't a care in the world. This is way different from the roads we've been through. I guess this is our manager's but's first time traveling in the middle of the nest. There is a world of difference between the nests and the back streets. Besides, each nest has its own cultural heritage. Attention all! Our destination is the town of Calv, situated in K-Nest. Investigation revealed that a passage connected to a Lobotomy Corp branch exists somewhere in that village. As soon as the name Calv was mentioned, Sinclair lapsed into fear once again and started trembling. So yeah, both Sinclair and Foss had something to do with that city. As if something were coming after him. But as you have told me, a third party has occupied the area surrounding that branch facility. That's why I requested an additional recon operation from clearance. Preliminary Observation Unit 3 from the before team has been dispatched. Mr. Effie and Mrs. Sot should be with them by now. We'll receive a report from them once they get a good grasp of the situation. Shortly afterward, the bus entered a quiet woodland path leading to the village. Lush green trees rarely found in the back streets began to decorate the scene, providing a comforting sight, but that was soon disturbed by something odd. I could see an ominous billow of smoke rise in the distance. Why is smoke coming from Sinclair? Charter. Evasive maneuver, rumble tumble. The bus made a sharp turn to the left shortly before a giant nail flew in and noisily embedded itself in the back window. Well, who the hell was that? I almost kicked it. Though I hadn't run a test with a projectile at such velocity, this does suggest that the windows need to be reinforced a little. That was aimed directly at us. They must be the faction before the team warned us about. The employee of E.G.O. Virch, Memphi got hurt. Sharon's sad. Doesn't look like they'll stop anytime soon. Off the bus all. Well, time to fight. As we got off the bus, a group stood in the way, clad from head to toe in rusty armor with faded coats of white. Halt! You may not use this road. You should have said so in the first place, cause what about our windshield? Ah, bugger. You're rather rude for someone who attacked without warning. Isn't it at least common courtesy to state your affiliations? We are Inquisitors. We are the nail that fixes the blasphemous, and the hammer that strikes down the sinful. So Encorp, that's the one convoluted way to tell someone that you're an employee of Nagel and Hammer, also known as Nail and Hammer. You shall not proceed as we are in the midst of cleansing heretical dissidents. Heretics? Hey now, we just want to pass through, not looking for any trouble. We are the, a tour. That's right, and this is a tour bus. Labeled as tourists all of a sudden, the scenery exchanged looks of silence. To prevent another disastrous first impression, Gregor was doing what he could, even though his efforts fell flat for the most part, to gently appease the armored crowd. Accompanied by an attempt at a kind, harmless smile tourists would wear. Greg, I've been thinking this since the job at the mine, but are you that into these kinds of bits? That's not exactly it. The quivering corners of his mouth roused pity in my heart. In that case, you shall prove yourself to be untainted. Fine, tell us how we can get on with it. The Inquisitor suddenly pointed in my direction. Behead that blasphemous traveler. Me? And kneel before our hammer as you consecrate their heads to us. Well, that's not gonna happen. Such will prove that you are unattained ones, and your journey shall continue without hindrance. So here's the thing though, right? I can bring all of them back to life, but if they behead me, that sounds pretty bad for the whole operation. You will of course have to part with the defiled vehicle as well. Love to spew on, don't you blokes? Oh, I don't know who you think we are, but we do look daft enough to do as you say. Furious Heathcliff was the first to quit playing as a harmless tourist. Heathcliff, you didn't have to. Proper trifling twits, Stitch, who are you telling me to kneel? The Inquisitor, as was declared to us, nodded in response. Understood. Then I declare all of you to be heretics. With that, the group of Inquisitors moved into position at once, ready to attack. Alright, another fight. Another day, another fight. A level 22 fight, so let's see what this is all about. Oh, only 3 enemies. Living with Memphi if you're late. Oh yeah, we have the Sharon announcer there. So, what is really that dangerous here? Okay, so they're doing inflict end corpse nails next turn. At the start of the turn, gain 1 bleed and increase the bleed count by this effect's count. At the end of the turn, reduce the count by 1. Okay, well, we also have a person which does nails, no? No, we do nails. At the start of the turn, gain 1 bleed and increase the bleed's count by this effect's count. At the end of the turn, half the count. And this, at the end of the turn, reduce the count. Oh, they have better nails than we do. Okay. Right, let's see. Oh, dominating, favored, neutral, unopposed. Yeah, this will be pretty easy, I think. Number advantage is usually like a big thing, so not sure why this was marked as level 22, but as you can see, I read the situation correctly, and this will be like a yes, this will be a how should we call it? Obliteration of our enemies. There we go. Almost said decimation. I really don't like using decimation because decimation is actually word which is very often used incorrectly. When people say, I decimated him, you want to say that you really obliterated him, because decimation means killing every 10th person in an army, used by Roman legions back in the days of the Roman Empire, and yeah, it was a punishment a legion when they did something wrong, yeah, they would kill every 10th person. That's why it's called decimation, coming from the word deca, deci, which means 10 in old Latin, and yeah, it means killing every 10th person. And when usually you say word decimate, you usually mean that you totally destroyed it. So destroying tenths of them is not the same as totally obliterating them. So yeah. So that was a rant, I guess. But anyway, let's just continue. Nothing really interesting happened in that fight, other than total obliteration of our enemies. And now we get a difficulty 20 fight. The advanced party contacted us at last. The mysterious voice coming from the transmitter was a telltale sign that something was up, throwing Sinclair into another fit of terror. Well, I guess this will be Sinclair's story. The K-Corp's nest. Getting back onto the bus, Virgilius greets us by casually lifting a hand. Weren't they a little trickier to deal with than your usual foes? Well, actually no, because in this game, number advantage is the king, so yeah. I keep saying we could be done with them a lot faster if you lend us a hand. And as always answer, there won't be any point to this if I help you. Those people, they labeled us as heretics. Just what is their judgment based on? I think they were targeting me. Nagel and Hammer, the wing that values experience above all else. Mersault muttered vaguely. Experience. Humans are made to have experiences and actions appropriate for their worth. That is what they say of it. They told us to offer up severed head of our manager. That means they're back. They didn't forget coming back like that. Sinclair was almost having a fit at this point. Roger looked at him with pitying eyes, but there was little she could do about it. Verge, the soundbox is being noisy. Looks like the advanced team has words for us. This is... Give me that. Effie, this is the bus. How are things over there? You should bear here. You ever seen and be purified. Effie? Wasn't that Effie's voice or something else? No, actually, was that even a human voice at all? Oh, did he get possessed? Whistles. Sinclair, what are you talking about? You heard the whistles right at the end, faintly. Was there now? It's here! The wretch is here! After all this time to destroy the rest of our town! Calm down, Sinclair, what do you mean by whistles? And who is this wretched woman? She's waiting for me. That was a message calling for me. Resentful tears were streaming from Sinclair's face as he rambled. Hang on, there are people like the ones we meet on the road ahead. We should go back. What? Can't we just head back? I don't want to go. Let's just turn around. Just keep the steer wheeled. Kiddo, what's wrong? What are you so worried you'll walk into? We shouldn't go. We'll all die. We need to go back. Emil Sinclair. Don't be absurd. Otis was calmly flickering her wrist. I delivered a light blow to the stomach to knock him unconscious for a short while. Nothing more. We're in agreement for once, it seems. I was this close to stepping in. I don't need cowards on my battlefield. Can't I throw him out of the bus? That might be a bit too far. If you say so, manager. Otis looked down at Sinclair with a displeased face. Even though he was the timid sort, he's never posed something so strongly until now. This unprecedented behavior of his bothered me, but I couldn't bring myself to ask him why, as he didn't seem to be in any state to tell me. Soon enough, Sinclair came back to his senses. He stared out the window with vacant eyes. The others are all fighting. I'm so sorry, I'll go join them. I can't keep dragging the others down. Okay. Right, so yeah, Sinclair is really afraid, and this is Don Quixote getting grabbed for what else she did there. And another 3 people, yeah. Okay, well, there goes the challenge for a little bit, I guess. So yeah, the K-Corp, how do we call them? So the soldiers that were at the entry point to the nest. what was it called? Like the observation gate, the something something. The customs, yes, let's call them the customs. Those were pretty tough, and these are just pushovers. Oh, 4 people, how menacing, yeah. You might tell well, but you did level up people. Like, I would be able to do this with, like, level 1s probably. Am I too cocky? Maybe. But, like, for real though. This is too easy. I'm still gonna use my best people just to, like, do these fights as fast as possible. Even though I'm a little bit, you know, a little bit tempted, like, to prove my point. 060 told me chapter 3 will be a little bit more challenging. So surely challenge is coming in the future, but, well, for now at least, let's use the E.G.O. Oh yeah, she's using execution before because she gets 2 attacks because of the extra stuff, so... So first we're gonna kill everyone. Did I actually use the E.G.O? Oh, we're getting the nail pins here. Oh, this one's getting wrecked, look at that. Oh wait, what? Oh, the game didn't choose the E.G.O? Wait, what? Really? Why? Okay. Well, here we go. Enemies are basically that, but this battle will conclude with victory. 1 HP left, and there we go. Good. Oh, poor Don Quixote. I would step onto Don Quixote's side there. Dude. Yeah, maybe it would be harder if we didn't have Faust or like level 35 update 3. Yeah. Inquisitors 3. Groups of Inquisitors continue to assail us. Who are they, and what are they so fixated as on taking my head? Well, I don't know. Sinners with low sanity will be corroded by E.G.O. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind, I guess. 4 now, okay, things are getting a little bit scarier. So I'm gonna go 4 into 5. Eventually we're gonna get into fights where there's 5 of them, so that might be a little bit more interesting, but yeah, no, not really. Like, even if everyone else gets wrecked, I'm pretty sure Mersault and Faust will be able to wrap things up. That's just so powerful. Like, when you see the numbers she rolls compared to what they roll, it's not even close. And these don't even heal. That was the biggest problem with the soldiers, right? We were not, like, if we didn't have enough damage, we were just not able to take them down. We would grind these out anyway, either way, right? So it's a little bit weird, I guess. Maybe soldiers really countered my group. That could also be the fact, right? Maybe just for soldiers, they were weak to, like, what are these weak to, by the way? Yeah, no, these are also fatal to blunt, so they have the same resistances, really. So I don't know. Soldiers just had way better abilities, I guess. It is what it is. They had shields, they had healing. They were really tough to, like, hurt, and these, it seems like just like cutting through the butter with a very sharp knife, so well. But this game has late game content, which yeah, more content is added like every season, so that's gonna be pretty good. It's gonna be a long and, well, wonderful ride here. A fun thing with this game. Okay, there you go. So the last gacha I played was like Genshin Impact, but that game, it was a pretty good tactical RPG, and like I would recommend it if you like this kind of games. But like it was no, it was not a tactical RPG. It was more like brawling RPG. It was like real-time fighting and using skills and stuff. And this one's more like tactical strategy. It's like a turn-based game, and I really prefer turn-based games. I always did. Right, so the next mission. So we're going down, look at that, instead of up. So we're going down, down, down we go. Through all enemies, we shall kill them all. Nothing's gonna be life. Okay, so I'm gonna make a cut here. Hopefully enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. I wish you all to have a wonderful day, do something nice, be kind to each other, and let's make the world a better place together. Thank you all for watching, and see you in the next episode of Limbus Company, where we're gonna continue our journey through chapter 3 here. I'm trying to finish this as fast as possible, so I unlock whatever this is. So yeah, that's my current plan. And yeah, see you in the next one. TheNeomare signing out. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.